All right. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, WAP, fucking WAP. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mike spoke on WAP on the podcast, but this video is really not just about WAP. It's about Megan Thee Stallion made what was it, an Instagram live? I don't know, one of those live videos somewhere on social media. She's like Tory Lane's publicist. Tory Lane's publicist was like putting information out saying that, possibly she hit him, or I think it was that she hit him, and then they were saying that she got cut with glass on her feet, cut with glass on her feet. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Cut with glass? Like glass are like that on your feet? But anyway, because because she showed the pictures of her feet, I was like, damn, what's hell of glass? That's a lot of goddamn glass. She must have jumped through a window or something. When she left Kylie Jenner's house, she must have like, oh shit, but jumped through a window and run from Tory Lanez and fucking get glass caught up in my feet. But anyway, some big ass feet too. But anyway, uh, anyway, it's about the respect of women and domestic violence, right? This is about that, and it's about who's a civilian, right? And who has to follow the code, you know? All right, so like, okay, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion sells records. I haven't listened to all her music, but I haven't heard nobody say Megan Thee Stallion used to hold bricks down for a boyfriend, or she sold bricks in Houston, Texas. You know what I mean? She touched work. She sold any type of drugs, anything like that. So, you know what I mean? And then, to be honest with you, if you want to keep it, we want to keep it all the way a buck. She kept her mouth closed for a long time. You know what I mean? Like a down ass black woman would. You know what I mean? It came off as if she wasn't trying to get the dude in trouble. If she was, she would have made a statement very early. You know what I mean? And would have made it like, I really want to get this motherfucking, I really want to get him in trouble and move forward with my career, type of thing. And she just took her time with it, made that first video with the tears, basically speaking on it lightly. Then still didn't speak on it really. She said she got shot. Really, still didn't say he did it in the first video. And I ain't taking a side, but I saw another video also too that if you really go off her video, her saying that the security was in the car and another guy was in the car, then Tory Lanez and her, and she got out of the car and she got out of the car and she was getting away from the car. She was, trying to get to her house. They had left Kylie Jenner's house. So who really shot her? Did Tory Lanez shoot her? Or did the bodyguard shoot her? Or the other guy shoot her? You know what I'm saying? These things that you got to think about too, because it's just like it's not like the Tupac situation, but it's like when they brought up the Tupac rape situation, it was other people in the room. And when the girl came out, did the Vlad TV interview, which, fucking Vlad, goddamn Vlad, the guy that misquoted the minister or whatever. I don't want to sit here and call him a culture vulture or nothing like that, but whew, he treads the line. He definitely he's treading that line, that fine line. But and so it's like that. It's like when you hear a story, I'm not saying that she's wrong, but like her, And like she kept saying in the video, I'm a rape victim. And like she was saying, somebody raped me. You know what I mean? And then it put Tupac in an odd position because it was like he did end up apologizing to the woman, but it was like that right after that he catches the case, he gets shot and robbed at Quad Studio. I don't want to get off the subject of Megan, but he gets shot and robbed at Quad Studios or whatever. And I saw another video too to say that and I don't know if that's true, like I said, because some of these videos be fake, but they were saying that the cop that arrested him, or whatever the case may be, was hanging with Junior Mafia. And why would Junior Mafia even be hanging with a cop? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's probably false information, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Big be hanging with no cops. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Big would allow no shit like that. And I don't even think that, you know, Suge was more known to have the cops on the payroll. Like, Bad Boy wasn't the cops on the payroll kind of record label. They were like more like the hire the gangster type of record label, you know, allegedly. And so, back to Megan, you know, so like I said, civilian. And this the thing, if this really happened, allegedly, it's allegedly happened. This has really happened. This is worse than slapping the shit out of a woman. Like, if you shoot a woman in her feet, it's worse than if you slap the shit out of a woman. But both of them is bad. A man doing something to a woman is bad, period. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I'm at a different point in my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to consider myself not religious but spiritual, so I'm not under no religion. Just a spiritual person, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what get me through day to day and through life, and what saved me through a lot of years of, you know, not doing life in prison or something right now, God forbid. That's what I always say, you know. Sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. 1, 2, 1, 2. Forgive me before I forgive myself. You know what I'm saying? That's something y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but spiritual person, right? So check it out. Not to get too far into that either. But, okay, then Cardi B on this song, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B give away $1 million. The song was called WAP. Okay, Cardi B, this is Cardi B's song, right? So Cardi B, biggest song prior to this would probably be Bodak Yellow. Okay, she took the cadence from No Flocking. You know what I'm saying? And it's not no alleged to that she took the cadence of No Flocking, clearly. I don't know if Kodak got paid. I heard he got paid, and I heard he didn't. So I don't know if he sued her and got paid, or if she just paid him. You know what I mean? Obviously, this guy inspires her, or the record label pushes her to use his shit. But I would think that he inspired her. I'm going to give her the benefit, because we ain't hating on no women over here. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that he really inspires her. And they saying that WAP came from him, so I feel like, okay, she's just inspired by this guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's uplift the women. That WAP. You know, now let's go to the WAP. You know, now before I get to the WAP, 6ix9ine. So say the difference between a civilian and a snitch. Megan Thee Stallion is a woman who sells records, and then she's a woman. A woman, a man slapped the shit out of a woman, whatever, she better call the police. Now me, if a woman hits me with an object, I got quick reflexes. I don't know what I might do, but I've never hit a woman, and I don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what might happen. I don't know what might happen. You know what I'm saying? If I get in that situation where a woman hit me with something like that, I don't know what would go down, you know. But 6ix9ine, it's a difference, because 6ix9ine was like the ringleader. So he's the ringleader. He's putting out hits, like, and I ain't talking about hits like songs. He's putting out hits like, go kill that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's recorded. You know, the feds got this shit recorded. They had an informant I guess CEO Chris running around with him. So everything is being, even if it's not being recorded, information is being given back to the feds, right? So like he's the ringleader, and I'm assuming CEO Chris was like, shit, you know, when his conversation with the feds, like, look, he probably helped the feds. He probably helped the feds with a decision to spare 6ix9ine. I'm assuming CEO Chris, and I don't know if anybody even spoke on that part of it. The CEO Chris probably helped 6ix9ine in being spared. Then with the combination of Elliot, the son of the owner of Universal, Elliot being his manager, him switching managers and let Elliot be his manager, Elliot got a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? Universal pretty much runs the record businesses. What people don't know, like I saw it years ago in a record label book where every record label pretty much led back to Universal, from Interscope to Def Jam, anything you could think of, Island, Def Jam, Polygram. They're probably gonna go over y'all head. Y'all probably don't know what Polygram is, but Priority. I don't know what Priority was necessarily, but I'm thinking that. Because you gotta think of Universal. You gotta think of Universal Studios. All that. You gotta think how big Universal is, and it's probably connected to. I did some reading on it. Like the Koch, even the people with Koch, they were connected to oil. The people, the name, and the people who own Koch records. You know what I'm saying? Like Universal is big. You feel me? And so, even with the public situation with Megan Thee Stallion, it's got to be okay. I don't know if it's true, but like she's on Rock Nation. I don't know if she's on 1500 anymore, but she's on Rock Nation, right? And I know I'm speaking in circles, but she's on Rock Nation, right? And so she's got to have some type of information to know, like, if this dude, he's independent. If this dude publicist is putting stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? So her speaking on it, I'm not taking her side, but it's got to be some truth to somebody saying something to protect this dude. Not saying that Tory told him to do it. I say we still ain't heard his story, but the best thing, he's probably doing the best thing by not saying nothing, not making a statement, because he probably is from the street, or or maybe come from his lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So he's either sticking to the code or sticking to the code of the lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And so they got this record. She survives the gunshot wounds to her feet, and she goes on with her career because she's on a record label. Like, these people, like, they'll drop your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she would have dropped her, but they'll drop your ass. Like, you know what I mean? You got to keep putting out records. And she went and did that record with her, and it was number one. It went number one. It's number one now, I think. You know what I mean? Drake ain't even number one yet. You know what I'm saying? I think they said maybe possibly next week it should be number one. But, like, they up there, you know what I mean? They're competing with Drake. You know what I mean? The person that's tied to Young Money, 1.5 billion records sold, 150 million streams. You understand what I'm saying? Probably higher than that now. You know what I'm saying? It's probably past that now. You know what I mean? And, like I said, 6ix9ine is a snitch. This is a civilian. That's the difference between that. So we can move on with that. That's my thing with 6ix9ine. You can't say somebody fuck your baby mama and they stole money from you, so you snitched on them. And then you go stand in front of fucking Nipsey's mule and in front of his picture and play games, stand there for 2 minutes and have the police escort you away, and sit up here brag about police security and say that people's favorite rappers are dead because those rappers spoke on you, Pop Smoke and Nipsey. I'm sure that's why you did it and said what you said, because they spoke against you, and you wanted to clear it up and justify it by saying you were friends with XXXTentacion, and that doesn't clear it up. You run around with Act. Come on, let's keep it real. Like Act said, he'll snitch on you. You know what I mean? He's the police of police, but the problem that people have with academics, what academics don't understand, is because he built his internet career off speaking on stuff that was going on in Chicago and Chirac, that he didn't understand, don't even understand the politics of the streets of Chicago, how shit goes down in Chicago. Have my family from Chicago, you know what I mean? I just lost a family member to Chicago. You know, God bless the dead. Uh, All-Star weekend when I went up there, we buried him like an all-star. And I hate that I hate it ended up that way. He was in the hospital for 6 months. It definitely changed me, and it definitely fucked with me because I felt like we were getting better with me and his relationship between each other, us being, you know, family, and I wanted it to be better than it was when he passed. I hated he passed at the time he did. It really messed with me or whatever, you know, because of the circumstances and all of that. And it made me think of my other relative, you know, like I hope we can come to terms. I hope we can come to terms, and I hope we can come to terms and just like squash it. You know what I mean? And so with this WAP, who really got the WAP? You know what I mean? Who really got the WAP? Do Baby got the WAP? Who really got the WAP? You know what I'm saying? Like, if do Cardi B got the WAP like she say she do? Do Megan Thee Stallion got that WAP like they say they do? You know what I mean? Because that WAP make you go to the shoebox, the safe, the duffel bag, the bank account, wipe that motherfucker out. In Vegas, the women charge $1,000 a pop, and they escorts. You know, and they don't even want to be called prostitutes. They want $1,000 a pop. Trash want $40 in the club, as Pimp C would say. You know what I'm saying? They don't want number $40 in the club. You know what I'm saying? You know, hence Pac on the dance floor. I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do. I shouldn't. I don't want to disrespect that young lady. You know what I'm saying? She came around and spoke her story. She been through enough. We uplifting women on on our podcast. Talk to Me 501. Always tune into it. And this right here, YouTube, Vulture Culture Hip Hop TV. Like I said, I always give a shout out to Dane for the name. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But anyway, so we got who got that WAP? Then you got like people, you got women like Nicki Minaj, right? Whew, man, fine as hell. Took Meek, I said Nick, took Meek Mill through the ringer. Like, he was so gone, he couldn't even answer back to back. He couldn't even answer charged up. Like, you know, he's a battle rapper. He didn't even have an answer for this shit because he was with Nicki. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She got him gone. And just, I can only imagine what the Kardashian box is like. Like, it's, that gypsy box, man. I don't know if that's WAP. I don't know if you consider that WAP, whatever it is, but it got dudes going crazy. Every dude that, you know what I mean, they turn into women and everything. You know what I'm saying? And they get on stage and they vent and they go bipolar. They brother gain weight. You know what I mean? And Black China take them through the ringer. And like my guy Snoop say, she saw a sucker and licked him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, do they got that WAP? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you who you get respect to. And this is the same woman that I believe that got Megan. I don't know. I don't have that information, but I believe they got Megan Thee Stallion on Rock Nation, and it's Beyonce. I believe Beyonce got that WAP. They always give her. They compare her legs to Tina Turner, and the reason I say she got that WAP is because Jay cheated on her, allegedly, and but it's all in the song, so why say allegedly? He did a fucking album about songs about it on the album, whatever. So we know what happened. And I'm just so used to being my background and not like I don't like the dry snitch, but like, you know what I'm saying? They say that this is allegedly though. They say that he had bodyguards, that people following her, and Like, he got his cheating off, but he would not let her cheat. He follow her, he just don't want nobody getting none of that. That's that WAP. That's that WAP for the guap. Will I clean out my bank account, my shoebox, whatever, allegedly safe? You know what I'm saying? If I got a bank account, if I got a shoebox, if I got a duffel bag, if I got a safe, you know what I'm saying? Will I clean that out for the WAP? I just haven't seen it yet. Like, something that'll make you just go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing with Kanye West, which he wasn't even supposed to be a part of this video, is that the problem with him, the reason he's going to get on stage and do these things like this is because you dated a woman that has a past, that has a public past. And so you're going to continue to have problems with it because celebrities slept with her before you. You know what I mean? You want these people to respect you like Nick Cannon and Ray J, and who built their careers off being tied to this woman's name. You got to think about Kanye West himself. Them Yeezys wouldn't have never did those numbers. Kanye West would be not worth 1.3 billion if he didn't appear on the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians or wasn't attached to Kim Kardashian brand like that. And he even did stuff with Kylie Jenner. Like, they even did stuff together. You know what I mean? Like, stuff with the runway. He asked them to walk the clothes. There was some bed sheets. And I'm not disrespecting his brand and nothing like that. But, I mean, come on, bro. Like, you complain about this deal or that deal, and then until you get it and they give it to you. Because that's why you're worth 1.3. And I hope he's genuine with trying to get Larry Hoover out, and that's the reason that he's hanging with Trump. And I hope that's the real reason that he's genuine about that, and it's not that he's hanging with Trump because he's a culture vulture. I hope he's not, because he's giving so much to the culture that would be like a big disappointment. Because I own two pair of Yeezys, and I only bought them because I wanted to support a black person's business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bought the Ray J earbuds because I wanted to support him, his business. When these rappers come out with, I own a pair of S-Star Carters. I own a pair of Birdmans. You know what I'm saying? Like, when these dudes come out with this stuff, I go buy it because I want to support them. You know what I mean? Like, pushing the culture forward and the brand and our local people, you know what I mean? And I spoke their name before, so I ain't even gonna do that on this video because it's not what this video is about. It's about, like I said, Megan Thee Stallion, lifting up the women. And in 2020, I'm gonna tell you this: there should be no woman broke. But the way these guys can't talk, that's probably why it's a lot of quote-unquote mama rap. I don't like to use that because I don't want to disrespect the younger guys' music, you know what I'm saying? Because this is their generation. You can't really knock it like that, you know what I'm saying? But, like, maybe the mama rap got something to do with people in the social media having something to do with dudes not being able to talk to women no more. And then when they tell them no, they turn around and slap them or kick them or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Or call them a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't talk. Because they don't got no game. But it's the social media took the game away from guys. Back in the day, we ain't have social media, so you had to spit your game. You get what I'm saying? You had to have game to get a woman. These dudes can't talk no more. These suckers. But, like, women shouldn't be broke in 2020 because, like, even you could call a woman a gold digger or whatever, but that's why you got shows like Real Housewives of Atlanta, Orange County, I don't know, Beverly Hills. I don't watch that shit, so I don't know which Real Housewives, what they got or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't watch the shit, but that's why you got people that'll be rich and they'll just let the woman be a housewife. You understand what I'm saying? And take care of them. Because, like I said, that's the way the woman probably got the WAP or whatever y'all call this shit. You know what I'm saying? And these guys are even paid to see a woman they can't touch. You know what I'm saying? When they know porn is probably free. You know, and I don't want to knock either. It's the thing. I don't want to knock the fans only shit either. You know what I mean? Like, that's your grind. That's your hustle. Do your thing. Get your money. Make your money. I don't knock the hustle. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from the hustle, and I respect grind. People's grind. However that you get your money, get your money. Don't ever think that I'm hating on you. I'm the last person that's gonna hate on somebody. Anybody that know me personally know I don't hate on people and how they get their money. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you black, you making money, give back to your. I'm talking about real money. I'm talking about $1 million money. Get back to your community. Get back to your culture. And then if you're not a millionaire, support the people. Uh, Support the black brand. Support it. Push it forward. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like oppression, you don't like people getting killed by cops, and if you with the Black Lives Matter movement, support the Black Lives. Support Black Lives yourself. Don't be like, oh, I'm finna go shoot this nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the word you're gonna use. I'm gonna shoot this nigga. I'm gonna kill this nigga. Fuck this nigga. Man, that nigga there, he don't deserve them motherfucking bricks. He don't deserve that whip. You know what I mean? I should rob this motherfucker. Stop doing that and then turn around and say you with the Black Lives Matter movement, because that's backwards. That don't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So you either gonna be an activist, or you ain't even gotta be an activist to be with the movement. You either gonna be with the movement or you're not gonna be with the movement. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna touch lightly on Vlad with this disrespecting the Farrakhan. I don't really follow Farrakhan like that. You know what I mean? I'm more of I was more from in history, doing my history, because I wasn't alive when the messenger was around, really, and the messenger appointed Farrakhan to take over. So that's what Vlad probably may not understand, is that black people take that serious. Like, even if they don't follow Farrakhan, do not misquote Farrakhan. Do not misquote Farrakhan. You don't do that, bro. They just that basically, especially when, and it looks kind of fishy when he doesn't give you an interview and you misquote him. It makes it look like, oh yeah, you know, everybody that don't give me an interview, you know, beneath me or whatever. And I think you're a con artist if you are a culture vulture. If Vlad TV is a culture vulture, he's a con artist because he's a narcissistic person and a manipulative person, because to come from the Bay Area and get away with that, the home of where the Black Panther started, and to get away with something like that where blacks are really strong in the Bay and really strong about their culture, and him be a DJ, because you got to think big part of his platform to get it going came from probably suing Rick Ross, him jumping him and him suing him. Came from that, you know what I'm saying? So he got to have some type of chip on his shoulder, I'm sure, with certain people. Don't sit up here and have people on your show and be like, I consider you a friend to all these black people. That's what you always say on your show. And turn around when somebody don't give you an interview, misquote the minister out of all people. You know what I mean? Like, we take that serious, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The feds already thanked you for the interview with ARF, which that's not your fault. He was talking too much on the interview. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they should have made their case, though, off of him. I think that they railroaded him. You know what I mean? I don't think that they had enough evidence to make their case. And they thought, thank you, Vlad TV. You know what I mean? And that's why people call you the feds. You know, I don't think you're the feds. I think that's why they call you that. But I'll sit up here and, like I said, use your platform there, because you got, and then you dudes that get on Vlad TV, like Daz Dillinger came out, and I think he was kind of aiming it at Vlad, but he came out and said that we should be getting paid for interviews. People, not we, because I'm out of the culture like they are. People should be getting paid for interviews. But he said that, you know what I'm saying, because you got dudes coming on the platform Oh my God, thank you, Vlad. You've helped my career. And I'm not trying to disrespect y'all, because this is some of you guys that said it. I got a lot of respect for it. But like, oh my God, thank you, Vlad. Like, thanks for having me. Oh my God, Vlad, you have changed my life. If it wasn't for you, Vlad, I wouldn't fucking, I wouldn't be here. I owe it all to you, fucking Vlad. You know what I mean? It sounds like you're talking to the slave master. You know what I mean? It's just how I sound. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating. Just saying you might want to kind of watch. Y'all might want to kind of watch what y'all say when y'all get on that platform and do those interviews with Vlad. It seems like Vlad have a way of, uh, Vlad and it have a way of getting you lost. He's so good at interviews that you get lost in the sauce when you get on his platform. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? He's very calculated. And so just watch what you say when you get on Vlad TV. That's all. That's all I got for this video. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. Been a little bit. Hope y'all like it. You know what I'm saying? Follow, like I said, tune into the podcast. Talk to me 501. We also gonna stream the podcast on this on Vulture Culture Hip Hop TV tomorrow, and we're gonna go Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and we're gonna make a Snapchat about it, and that's what we're gonna do tomorrow because we're trying to push this thing and get it to many people because we know the culture, we love the culture. You know what I mean? We always drop jewels. You know, you just gotta watch the podcast and listen to the podcast, and you'll hear the jewels that we drop, stuff you probably don't know. All right, and I'm out with that.